South Korea's massive corporate conglomerates are notorious for their vicious public succession wars. But for 75 years, one company stood entirely apart. LG built a pristine reputation around a single guiding principle, inwa, or family harmony. In 2018, that harmony faced its ultimate test. Chairman Koo Bon-moo passed away, leaving a towering, multi-billion-dollar global electronics empire without its leader. Following a strict tradition of male primogeniture, the family bypassed the late chairman's widow and two daughters. Instead, his adopted nephew, Koo Kwang-mo, assumed the controlling shares and the role of chairman. The women accepted a smaller inheritance of roughly $500 million. The entire transition happened quietly, without a single public dispute. Financial markets and the press celebrated the handover as proof that LG's uniquely disciplined, conflict-free system was unshakable. 2 years later, on a quiet afternoon in June 2020, two senior LG financial executives arrived at the hilltop home of the late chairman's widow for what appeared to be a routine review of household expenses. They discussed electricity bills and car leases. Then, the conversation shifted to the exact division of the late chairman's shares. What the executives didn't know was that the widow had her phone out, and she was secretly recording every word. On the tapes, the women press the executives on how their wealth is actually being managed. The answers reveal a massive, hidden financial structure operating completely out of their sight, with shares dispersed under different names. The widow feared her daughters were being systematically cut out of their rightful inheritance. That single recording fractured a 75-year streak of corporate peace, raising an alarming question. What exactly was the LG executive machine hiding from its own founding family? The women uncovered a striking mathematical discrepancy. Regulatory filings stated the new chairman, Koo Kwang-mo, held 16% of LG, but according to the taped conversations, he effectively controlled about 26% of the family's total stake. This points to a controversial mechanism, nominee shares. A central figure holds assets under relatives' names, masking true ownership. South Korea levies a 50% inheritance tax. By splintering a massive fortune into decentralized accounts, a family bypasses that barrier, passing down wealth intact. Armed with the tapes, the widow and her daughters filed a lawsuit to nullify the 2018 inheritance agreement. They claimed they were coerced into signing away their rights based on the promise of a formal will, a document they now allege never actually existed. If the courts look too closely at the family's ledgers, it threatens the very loopholes conglomerates use to hoard generational wealth and evade state scrutiny. The civil lawsuit quickly escalated into a criminal complaint. The women went to prosecutors with shocking allegations against Koo Kwang-mo's biological father and a top LG executive. They allegedly hired a locksmith to forcibly drill open the late chairman's private safe at a secluded family retreat. They alleged this was a desperate scramble to extract and potentially destroy the true financial ledgers and the late chairman's actual intentions before anyone else could see them. And the scrutiny has started to bleed outward into the extended family. The late chairman's son-in-law, Yoon Kwon, who manages a major venture capital fund, is battling his own multi-million-dollar fraud and loan lawsuits. Investigators are also examining Yoon's status as a so-called tax nomad. He allegedly acquired citizenship in the Caribbean tax haven of St. Kitts and Nevis and is accused of forging a Guatemalan nationality, all while claiming residency in Japan to dodge taxes across multiple borders. What started as a mother secretly recording a meeting in her own living room triggered a massive, unstoppable domino effect. It pulled back the curtain on a deeply entrenched culture of financial deception and borderless tax evasion stretching across the entire bloodline. Taking on the corporate establishment in South Korea is notoriously difficult. The legal and administrative systems are heavily stacked in favor of maintaining stability within the Chaebols. The initial pushback was swift. A Seoul court dismissed the women's civil inheritance suit, and police dropped the criminal safe-breaking charges, citing a lack of hard physical evidence to support the claims. Despite the leaked audio tapes and the public exposés, The legal armor protecting the patriarchal succession remains entirely intact. Even if the women lose every appeal, they have permanently exposed the invisible playbook used to control a corporate empire. Their tapes detailed exactly how financial management teams can isolate female heirs, managing their personal accounts and personal seals to consolidate wealth and power for a single male successor. The ultimate casualty of this war is the idea of Inwa. LG can never again market itself on a pristine brand of unquestioned, peaceful tradition. Behind every smoothly run, monolithic family empire, there is a hidden ledger of suppressed rights, secret accounts, and silenced voices finally demanding to be